Mula, I'm DJ Toro. Join me every Monday to Thursday, 7 until midnight. The premium classics on Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Tonight, jobs lining up for locals to work on ships sailing the world. Export Awards encourages businesses to excel. And Business Tycoon says Fiji is on the cusp of an investment boom. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and you're watching FBC News. The European Union is interested in hiring locals to work as seafarers in Europe, sailing the world. In preparation for this demand in manpower, the Maritime Safety Authority of Fiji is improving security requirements for Fijians to meet international standards. As Vosita Kote Wasawasa reports, the only things standing in the way are outdated passports.
Seafarers contribute more than $15 million in remittances every year. MSF now has to move with changing times and add security features to seafarers' competence books before they can be hired by European firms.
The system that we use currently, for example, with the certificate of competence, we're talking about a paper-based system that's somewhat hand-generated, typed with a typewriter, signed off and stamped, and we stick in photographs of mariners. The document itself has no inbuilt security features other than the systems of control we have internal of the Maritime Safety Authority of Fiji.
The interest is so high that the European Maritime Safety Authority sent over an audit team last week to inspect the competence of our security documents.
The request came from Germany for them to come and audit the authority and the maritime school, on the intention that German companies are intending to recruit Fijian seafarers.
Vakalalama adds that it's not just Europe that's interested in our sailors. More jobs could be coming our way from other parts of the world.
There are other places that are opening up for us. We have some that are moving over to India. The Gulf is another important area for us, and we have some other companies which is actually requesting for our seafarers to come and work on their companies.
This announcement by the authority is sure to come as good news to Fijians. With the job market already competitive, securing jobs sailing the oceans is sure to give hope to young Fijians. Vosita Kote Wasawasa, FBC News.
Our high dependence on imported goods over the years has put a strain on our balance of payments and the Fiji dollar. To counter this, the government is pushing for increased exports through an enabling environment and new opportunities. As Akosita Tale reports, the Prime Minister's Export of the Year Awards is also a means to promote exports.
Given government's push for new markets beyond our traditional trading markets, the focus is now on regional partnership, especially within the MSG. With most Fijian products taken off PNG's negative listings, this has allowed Fiji to export and explore opportunities.
In particular, manufacturers, Fijian manufacturers, who are already making enormous strides. A couple of them are already, in fact, drawing up plans to build bigger factories, manufacturing plants, because of the enormous potential in Papua New Guinea.
The acting Prime Minister says with the many significant improvements made, neighboring countries will soon show interest in our goods and services.
We've got the Solomon Islands that has far more items on the negative list, but we hope in the next few years that will also diminish rapidly. Vanuatu has reduced a number of the items from the high importation tariffs they had.
All stakeholders, not just exporters, have been encouraged to have a sense of loyalty and Fijian pride.
And as all stakeholders have a vision in ensuring that we maintain or improve on our standards, then Fiji is well placed. Whether it's Fiji water, whether it's our fish, whether it is our garments.
The Exporters Awards will be held in November, recognizing companies and various categories who've helped the economy grow. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
With the financial records of political parties and their senior members now made public, questions are still hanging over most of the declarations. FBC News has sought explanations from politicians on the figures released by the Register of Political Parties.
National Federation Party President Raman Pratap Singh says the party has nothing more to say, having provided all the information required. Singh told FBC News they won't elaborate any further when we asked him to explain his 26 properties all over Fiji. The National Federation Party also has property worth $130,000. The Social Democratic Liberal Party, SODELPA, has also made its declarations, but they are still not happy about having to release financial records of spouses.
The government, through this decree, wanted that information, we provided that. But to go beyond that is encroaching on the... For example, if a married couple have a joint account, and how do you then divulge that information?
Tambaiwalu says those party officials who have no bank information are voluntarily giving their time to the party and receive weekly allowances. Attempts to contact Fiji Labour Party leader Mahendra Chaudhry on his $3 million asset base were unsuccessful. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
The Social Democratic Liberal Party is now in the process of electing its leader. Its first general meeting was held last night after being registered. Epelito Kawasa reports.
The meeting was attended by Party President Rothe Mumukepa, former leader Lesenia Ngarse, senior party officials and supporters. A new board has been appointed, but without Ngarse.
What happened, we looked at decree number 4 carefully and saw that he could not take up any of the official positions of the party. So we did not make that selection.
The board comprises of members who've never been heard of in the political arena. Their job, led by President Rothe Mumukepa, is to select a party leader.
We are calling upon the representatives, members from those 4 divisions to come up with names. We'll develop a criteria on which a leader will be shortlisted.
SODELPA has also amended its constitution to comply with the Political Party Decree 2013 and remove any race-based policies.
Now that the political landscape has been changed for us and not by us, the people, we have made the necessary changes, the necessary transitional changes. Changes that I believe should have come through the normal process of debate and negotiation, and where the people's voices are truly heard.
SODELPA says it wants to elect its new leader as soon as possible, and officials are looking at who can be the face of the party in the lead-up to the election. Epeli Tuguasa, FBC News.
One of the largest commercial entities in the South Pacific feels the time is right to invest in Fiji. Chanel Sivan reports the Carpenters Group has been bolstered by record performance over the last 2 years and is on the verge of new projects here.
The Carpenters Group has a long list of investments in Fiji, and with this unique advantage, it's well placed to map market trends.
In a way, we have a very good pulse of what goes on in the economy, and we are very positive. The last 2 years has been extremely good. There's been good growth in sales. The economy seems to be strong. Government policies are very proactive for business, and at the same time it's balanced with a very healthy social policy.
The company's stake in Fiji can't be ignored. Supermarkets around the country, retail stores, a shopping mall, hardware stores and a motor vehicle sales company, regional shipping and finance to name a few. According to Sir Morgan, Fiji is on the cusp of an investment boom.
We in Carpenters are represented right across the Pacific. So our operations in New Guinea are substantial, and so are we represented in Solomons, Vanuatu and Bougainville. And so we're about the one company that knows what's happening in Melanesia. And everything that we see and hear in the region points to investment coming into Fiji.
Carpenters isn't just watching Fiji grow. The conglomerate is putting its money where its mouth is. Earthworks have begun on a new multi-million-dollar shopping mall in Nadi, similar to the flagship MHCC. Sir Morgan says they're encouraged by the performance of the company, which after all relies on consumers.
We have seen growth in turnover of our businesses over the last 2 years, well above the growth in the economy, at least what the published statistics are. So we ourselves have seen maybe 10 to 15% growth in turnover. So we are positive based on what the consumer is coming to us and buying from us.
The private sector is the lifeblood of an economy, and for a large company such as Carpenters, giving the mark of approval for investment and business climate is saying a lot. Chanel Shivan, FBC News.
Ahead in the news, universities challenged to provide quality programs.
I wake up in the morning, I prefer to go down to the gym, get a bit of physical work done. Also, later on in the day, I decide to go through for meditation. I do a bit of reading to find out what the latest songs are, a bit of research. And for me, it's all about the listeners. Hey, what's up? I'm Rio, and this is the Traffic Jam every weekday from 3 o'clock to 7, only on Today FM. Today is hit music. What's up?
Nisambulo binaka oya wone kamanalangi oni nandorungo diao mai na diwa kina rua na bisinga mai na moniti kina bagarumbuka na Radio Fiji wana ndomai biti bongani bianyano nama katalengana benga ona sasi biani na tinna kaloko na bembongi ni bukilulu kena bima mani walu na bembongi ni bakarowai mai na mbuza ni balu ninge namaka.
Welcome back. You're watching FBC News. Fiji could be sending as many as 500 soldiers to the UN Golan Heights peacekeeping force. UN peacekeeping spokesman Kieran Dwyer told Channel Asia News that Fiji will join troops from the Philippines and India who are part of the United Nations Disengagement Observer Force. Dwyer says Fijian peacekeepers will be part of the mission, which monitors the actions of both the Israeli and Syrian armed forces within and communicates with both sides to ensure that potential tensions do not escalate. Channel Asia News says Fiji will supply 170 soldiers this month to replace Japanese and Croatian soldiers who have left, and has also offered to replace the 370 soldiers that Austria is withdrawing. Britain's UN ambassador Mark Grant confirmed there would be a substantial inflow of Fijian troops, and the bulk of the reinforcements could be in place by the end of July. He says UNDOF would also get some heavier weapons, extra body armor, and see observation posts reinforced. Fiji's 3 major universities will now work together to lift the standard of higher education. Tertiary level studies have seen remarkable progress in the last 3 years. However, there are still challenges such as funding and limited resources. Ritika Pratap reports.
Quality and relevant education will lead to a more productive and qualified workforce, pushing the economy forward. The Fiji Higher Education Commission believes we need quality graduates, given that Fiji is a developing country with a small population, a small economy, and limited public funds.
The 3 universities play a significant and vital role in the success of Fiji's economy through managed research and innovation, which can be costly and risky.
The Commission, through the education framework, has also taken on the task of ensuring that universities use international benchmarks and deliver quality education and training.
Being the leading education providers in the nation, our 3 universities play a key role in ensuring access, quality, and equity in the provision of higher education and training for our people.
Academic Dr. John Harre has also challenged the universities to produce quality graduates.
We're looking not only to institutions to produce quality results with their graduates, but produce results which are of value to the graduates, of value to the community, of value to the industries in which the graduates will work in their working life.
Vice-Chancellors of USP, FNU and University of Fiji are now part of a committee that will assess the eligibility of programs before government grants are released. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Because of improved efficiency at the sugar mills, the next crushing season could be reduced to 4 months instead of the usual 6. This isn't the only development. With crushing set to begin next week, the Sugar Ministry is looking for new buyers.
Crushing begins in a week, and while the mills have been at the center of problems in the past, the new season is tipped to set the bar.
The crushing period, be about 4 months, just because the yield and also the efficiency of the mills now is really improved. And they have reduced the timeline from 6 normally to 4 months at the most. Yeah?
The record cane payment is indicative of improving times for the sector, which had been in the doldrums. Old problems gone, new challenges are emerging.
There are some marketing problems that we have got now because State and Line is saying we are not going to buy all your sugar. But we will buy, they say, we have had our assurance last week here during the ISO conference. The senior vice president informed us that we will buy all your sugar.
Vaningi says they've already started looking for new markets to get a better price for our sugar.
We have noted that it's going to be a better price, which is running beyond 500 euro per ton, which is about 1,000 plus 1,200 or 1,300. Eh?
That is more than what the Tate and Lyle gives.
Exactly.
The industry isn't fully recovered, but if it continues the way it's heading right now, sugar will again become the icing on the cake for Fiji's economy. Christopher Chand, FBC News.
That time again, Jamie's here now with the day's sports.
Good evening. Coming up after the break, all the latest from the Fiji Fact and boxers set to take on fights around the region. Stay with us.
Bola, oya wasala vilawa. Dopa te kiau mena diwa kina tini karona kaloko na single boni moniti kina vagarombuka. Kako ni valatana no musini sari na kaisa mariando loloma leone vani ni nau omgori ke de mena diwa kina tini karona kaloko na single boni moniti kina vagarombuka na Bula FM number 2 en sere.
जहाँ हो प्यार का बसेरा और रिश्तों की खुशबू, वो है आपका अपना घर संसार. Join me on Ghar Sansar, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. only on Radio Fiji 2.
Welcome back. It's football fiesta at Prince Charles Park in Nandi with the Vodafone Fiji Fact into day 3. Rewa have taken a step closer to the semi-final with a 2-0 win over Navua. The win gives Rewa 6 points and a goal difference of +2. However, their future in the tournament depends on the result of the Lautoka Nandi game at 7:45 this evening. While there's much anticipation of that deciding match, let's cross live to Nandi to check out the Suva Mba action.
And at 7 o'clock again, Ba Sani Isa pulls it back, then flicks it through again as he tried to. Sani Isa wooing the crowd with his fancy footwork as Clarence Clark got that shot away. 40 minutes of play gone. Half-time, 5 minutes away with Ba leading by 1-0. And we await the goal kick. Colinio Sivuki, Sani Isa in the picture. Sivuki to take the kick. A long driving kick it is too. Back up towards the halfway mark, across on towards that far touchline side. Infield, not good though. They decide to take a short one back across. Suva towing it.
Meanwhile, Nasinu has set its sights on becoming the first premier champions of the Vodafone Fiji Fact. The team started the day with a 4-1 win over rivals Lami and hope to make a clean sweep of all games. Shelvin Chand reports.
Nasinu's biggest challenge this year had been Lami, but the Giant Killers managed to sweep aside the rival despite a gallant display. The result bringing smiles to the faces of Nasinu fans and officials.
The 2 goals in the first half, and basically we go back in the half time and I'll talk to them, and I needed more goals in the second half, and they did it. Actually, I told the boys just play a simple soccer because the heat is the biggest factor here.
Nasinu still has 2 more games to play before it can lay a claim to being FACT champions.
I'll have to look. I haven't seen playing Reki and Taliban of the City. I will sit back and with my team and we'll have a look and how they play, and I'll go back in the game and I'll have a better game plan.
Talevuneta series started the day with a 2-0 drubbing of Raki, and the IDC champs want to tell Nasinu that there are no pushovers.
We'll play Lami first, then we'll see how we can tackle Nasinu. So tomorrow is a big game for us against Lami. Lami have lost the game, but we should not count them out. They're a very good team, and we hope to play well against them tomorrow.
Unlike the Super Premier Division, the Premier teams will play a round-robin competition. The way the fixtures are drawn, Nasinu and Talevuneta Siri are bound to play the last game. Shalvin Chand, FBC Sports.
Gearing up for the Rugby Sevens World Cup, the Fiji Sevens team had a light training run this morning and will have an indoor session this evening. Team manager Semi Rongoyawa says they are having light sessions to avoid injuries, and also added the team has been trying to combine Fijian flair to their set pieces instead of just relying on broken play. Fiji has been pooled with Tonga, Wales and Uruguay in Pool E, with their first game against Tonga at 12:28 a.m. next Saturday. The Fiji Boxing Commission is sending boxers abroad after local promoters fail to stage matches. Commission Director Malakai Vesamasama says some boxing promoters are against the changes in policy. Shalvin Chand has more.
The Boxing Commission has made changes so that boxers get better paid every time they step into the ring. The pay rise for boxers hasn't gone down well with promoters.
Boxing Commission has put a policy in place. A boxer has to fight and get $100 per round. Anything above that depends on his popularity and his ranking. That's causing a bit of problem at the moment, because promoters in the past get assistance from sponsorships and other avenues, and you get $30 to get one fella knocked in the head.
The first trip abroad is next month with a middleweight boxer to fight in Papua New Guinea.
He'll be fighting for a smaller version of the Asian Pacific middleweight title, and with a very impressive pay pack.
A local trainer believes this is the way forward if boxing standards are to be raised.
About time to clean up at your own place before you look abroad. Look abroad is no hard, fighting outside is no hard. We can go and fight, but as far as I know, at our local place, nothing has been sorted out so far.
According to the Boxing Commission, after this, 7 boxers will be sent to New Zealand, while there's interest from Asia as well. Shalvin Chand, FBC Sports.
That's it from Sports Tonight. I'll be back on Monday. Have a safe weekend.
There will soon be a shopping mall in Nandi similar to Suva's MHCC. The confirmation has come from Sir Morgan Ludinadin, the CEO for Carpenters Group South Pacific. He says the time is right for Nandi to have its own flagship complex, as the town needs a nice hub where people can congregate like MHCC. Earthworks have already started, with more details to be confirmed in due time. The venture is bound to pour millions into the Nandi economy and boost local employment. Weather time now. Jen, how are things looking?
Hi, Jackie. I think it pretty much depends on how you take it. It was clouds and showers for Suva and clouds and showers for Savusavu. Meanwhile, Nandi, Lautoka, Ba and Lambasa had fine weather all day long. Temperatures vary today, with Lambasa on the highest at 32 degrees, Lautoka at 29 and Suva at 26. Tomorrow sees clouds and showers again for Suva and Savusavu. The west can rejoice, however, as nice sunny conditions are forecast for the whole day. Looks like good news indeed for soccer fans. Finally, this sunset over Suva Harbour was brilliantly shot by Aryan Khatri. And as he rightly pointed out, he managed to get some interesting cloud formations on camera. Well, that was my last report for the week. Thanks so much for joining me. And until the next photo, stay safe and stay smiling.
Thanks so much for that, Genevieve. Our top stories for tonight. The European Union is exploring the possibility of hiring locals to work as seafarers for Europe-based companies. 2013 Export Awards encourages businesses to strive for excellence, and Higher Education Commission wants to see quality programs in universities. Don't forget to take part in the FBC opinion poll. This week's question: does Fiji football need new and young leadership? Visit our FBC website www.fbc.com.fj to take part. Remember to send us newsworthy pictures and videos. Email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj. That's all from FBC News tonight. I'll be back on Monday. Until then, have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Nisa Mobe.
आपकी शादी होने वाली है। 5 बच्चे होंगे। 5
हाय, मैं हूँ आपकी सहेली रेनू। सुनते रहिए मिर्ची एफएम। मैं हूँ ना 9 से 12 बजे तक।